Breaking news in Springfield where police, they're starting an investigation into a shooting around lunchtime on Spring Street. Good Tuesday evening, everyone. I'm Pisano.
And I'm Jordyn Jagolinzer. One man was injured in that shooting. Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane joins us now live with those details. Lindsay?
Chris and Jordan, the shooting happening in broad daylight, and it's just one of the many shootings here in Springfield over recent weeks. Today's shooting happening just after noon. Police tell Western Mass News they got a report of shots fired and found a man suffering from serious injuries. He has been taken to Bay State Medical Center. This was the scene when Western Mass News first arrived. We counted at least 11 case markings on the ground. Police are now asking any witnesses to come forward. They say they are taking a look at footage from the area. Local pastor Lauren Holm tells Western Mass News she organizes walks to advocate for peace in the streets. She says this recent uptick in violence is discouraging.
We carry with us the names of all the people who have died a violent death that year, along with the police officers who have died in the line of duty. And each year those names get heavier and heavier. So many people that are young who have had their lives cut short, so many families utterly bereft at the loss of a loved one. It just breaks our heart.
Neighbors here tell me they didn't hear any gunshots. I did speak with a friend of the victim, and he says he has not been updated on his friend's condition. Live in Springfield, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.
Lindsay, thanks for that live report. First, we have video you don't want to miss out of Springfield tonight.
Western Mass News is getting answers on dangerous driving in the city after we received dash cam footage from one of our viewers. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us live now in Springfield with the details. Audrey?
A viewer sent us this video after seeing an ad for my upcoming story on red light and traffic safety. And as you're about to see, it's a dangerous high-speed game, all caught on dash cam video that could have gotten someone killed. Police are reacting to the video tonight, and they say that they're stepping up patrols to keep you safe.
It's not quite drag racing, but this combination of speed and driving on the wrong side of Parker Street looks like something out of a movie. A Western Mass News viewer sent this video, and the clip opens with text saying it happened last month. On the double-lane street, a driver crosses over the double yellow line to speed past traffic. Then, a second driver takes it a step further, pulling into the furthest opposite lane, dodging an oncoming car. By the time we spoke with Springfield Police spokesperson Ryan Walsh, he had already seen the video too. But rewatching it, he says he continues to feel shock.
I'm amazed that no one got hurt and they didn't cause an accident, either colliding into someone going in that far left lane or someone reacting by seeing them and possibly crossing over that double yellow line.
We asked about that area in the city, and he tells us Parker is enforced by the police traffic unit more than other streets.
So you see in the video there, it's a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. Obviously, those cars were going much faster than that.
But he says unless an officer sees that happen, a ticket can't be issued.
If there's a video like that, if you don't see the license plate or in addition to that, see who is actually driving, it's tough to enforce after the fact.
But he says the Springfield Police Department is planning to increase traffic patrols in the coming weeks as part of a click it or ticket campaign. That's more officers prepared to put eyes on the road.
More officers out on the streets in Springfield who are dedicated to enforcing traffic violations.
Now, coming up on Thursday, we have a closer look at traffic safety in the city of Springfield and how a proposed red light bill could change things and what you see in your communities. Live in Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.
We did get some rain last night and this morning. Taking a look at the rainfall totals here across Western Mass just over the last 24 hours. You can see how the majority of the rain fell around and south of the Mass Pike, with many locations picking up anywhere between a ½ inch and slightly over an inch of rain. Farther to the north, just a few tenths of an inch throughout late last night and this morning. Now, we do have another batch of rain that's headed our way for tonight, but it looks like it's going to hold off until we get a bit closer to midnight. So the next couple of hours are dry. It is cool right now at 59 degrees. Our Six Flags Skycam showing that overcast that has just been hanging tough all day long. Breezes stay light, temperatures 50s to near 60 in the valley right now, but a lot of lower to middle 50s throughout the higher elevations. Overall, it's sweatshirt weather. It feels a little bit more like April should have felt, right? We dealt with the warm air much of the month, but now it's feeling kind of cool, kind of damp, and that trend is expected to continue for the next several days. Breezes will stay light throughout the rest of the evening and eventually become light to calm tonight. Even though the satellite loop looks like it's breaking up, this is actually showing more high cloud cover. We do still have lots of low-level clouds that are in place, and those should actually hang tough through the rest of the night. Now, we're not expecting any wet weather before, say, 11 p.m., but once we get closer to midnight, here comes some of this rain, which could be on the heavy side of time. So if you travel overnight, this could slow you down a little bit. Something to keep in mind for that overnight drive. Then we see the heaviest stuff lift to the north, but scattered showers may still be around through sunrise. We will have a lot of cloud cover in place, and it's kind of just a soggy Wednesday. We'll have periods of rain. It won't be a total washout, but scattered showers will be around all day. There's a threat for some heavier rain and even a few rumbles of thunder. Temperatures back in the 50s to near 60, and then things start shaping up for Thursday. I'll have more on that in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Janna, thanks. A follow-up on a story Western Mass News has been covering now for quite some time, the comeback of basketball hoops. As part of the city's phased reopening plan, we're told that hoops will be reinstalled during the week of May 17th, and all hoops should be ready to use by May 22nd. This comes after many concerned parents reached out to our newsroom wondering why basketball hoops were still off limits in the city.
The city of Chicopee is still in the red. Our metrics are not really trending in the right direction yet. We know that vaccine is available. It's available to everyone. We encourage people to get vaccinated. But right now, with the metrics still being in the red, we're not comfortable.
Mayor View says the city of Chicopee will approach with a phased comeback for basketball as COVID-19 cases decline.
The Department of Public Health releasing today's COVID-19 data. The state's positivity rate over the last 7 days sits at 1.6%. There have been 5 new deaths due to the coronavirus. So far, more than 3.8 million Massachusetts residents have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. There are about 6.8 million people living here in the Bay State. For a full look at the numbers, check our free Western Mass News streaming app. Now at 6, potential jurors are being called to duty at the Eastfield Mall in Springfield. Western Mass News has been telling you about the old movie theater being transformed into courtrooms.
Tonight, Western Mass News reporter Leon Purvis takes us inside to see how it's all playing out.
Theater rooms at the Eastfield Mall have now turned into courtrooms. Western Mass News was invited in on Tuesday to see the space where potential jurors have replaced moviegoers.
Actually, it's going a little smoother than I anticipated.
Superior Court Judge Jane Mulqueen tells Western Mass News selecting jurors for an upcoming trial inside Eastfield Mall was strange for her at first.
Just that it was an odd venue, but we need to get cases going, and if this is where we need to do it, we need to do it.
Here is the setup. The judge sitting where the big movie screen used to be while questioning potential jurors one at a time. Those waiting to be called sit where moviegoers used to be, all of them masked and socially distanced. What do other people think?
I feel like people associate courts and courtrooms with bad stuff happening, people committing crimes, whereas, going to the movie theater is a lot more fun and exciting.
But with trials on hold until now due to the pandemic, others are on the same page as Judge Mulqueen.
I think that we need to do what we have to do to get society back to normal. And if it means utilizing spaces that were not used that way before, makes sense.
Then you gotta go somewhere and keep justice flowing.
In Springfield, Leon Purvis, Western Mass News.
New at 6, Springfield College has announced a vaccine mandate. All undergrad and graduate students who study on campus must be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 before the fall semester begins. Springfield College says a process will be in place for accommodating medical and religious exemptions for certain students. The college is partnering with CVS Health on campus to get all of their students vaccinated.
Western Mass News is working to get answers. The Food and Drug Administration is expected to authorize the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for kids ages 12 to 15 within the next week. But how will the vaccine differ for a younger and smaller population? Western Mass News asked you, our viewers, whether or not you would get your child the vaccine. You told us everything from, yeah, why not, to absolutely not. And some said they wanted to wait a little bit. We spoke with Bay State Health pediatrician John O'Reilly about how the vaccine would work in that age group. He says the dose is the same as the adult version of the shot.
The adult dose is 30 micrograms, and that's what they use to the 12 to 15 group. And it's not as much weight as it is sort of maturity of the immune system. So their immune system is essentially that of an adult.
If your child is younger than 12, vaccine manufacturers are trying to figure out dosage amounts. According to Pfizer, their trial on 12 to 15-year-olds showed higher efficacy against the virus than it did in their trial for 16 to 25-year-olds. And if you have a question or something you want us to look into for you, you can email us at gettinganswers@westernmassnews.com. Just be sure to include your name and your phone number as we work to dig deeper.